Joining me right now, back on the show, is Javier Trujillo. I don't know, I rhymed that for some reason, but it
Yeah,
is what it
dog.
is. What's going on, man? It's been a while, Javi.
I know, man. I know. It's been like what, a good minute since the last FMD, yeah?
Yeah, for
Shoot,
sure.
right after that. Yeah, dude, things are good, man. I'm just excited. Like 2 weeks, I get to finally go back in the FMD cage, and I'm main event. So it's a step up, man. Fighting for a sword. I'm excited, man.
Definitely, man. But yeah, before we get into all that, did you check out Nate Diaz earlier today
This
at the
dude's
open
just
open
smoking one
workouts?
up, dude. That's it, bro. He's got his he should come out with his own version of like that boss root and O2 trainer, dude. You just gotta get hit in the blunt while you're fucking rolling, man. That's how you know you got lungs of steel, bro.
Yeah, you know that, man. You guys
That
kind of
was
have some similarities, man. He's been out for a few years, but you also been out for a long time. How do you keep yourself? How do you maintain yourself so when you do come back, you come back the same or even better?
well, man. I mean, I think demonstrating like on that last fight, I had a year layoff essentially, and all I've been doing is just training, man. Like we were saying earlier before the interview, it's like this is the point as a fighter I've always wanted to get to. I wanted to get up in the morning. I wanted to be able to train. I wanted to be able to go hang out with my buddies, train again, and that's my life. That's what I'm living in. I'm always improving, and yeah, man. It's just so that's it, man.
The first time I met you was at an FMD, and that was a few years ago. You were in Bangkok. You were training with who you were training with at that time. Then you moved over to Elite. Now I'm talking to you. You're sitting in Chiang Mai, and you're training at another gym. Talk about the transition. From Bangkok and moving out to Chiang Mai and training with those guys at Team Quest.
Once I decided to head up here, I figured it would be a nice change, just like from being in the States, like the how Chiang Mai is kind of laid out. It's like 20 minutes outside, and you're out in the mountains, and this kind of reminds me of like home a little bit. But I always wanted to train at Team Quest. I stayed in Bangkok obviously because I had a lot of things like tied down to there. But I always wanted to come up here to train. This like when I decided to move to Oregon, that was always my goal, was to go train at Team Quest. But then that's when when they had Dan Henderson, Chael Sonnen, and all those guys, I was like, yeah, bro, that's where I want to be. And then they disbanded, and it's kind of cool, man. Just finally get to say, yeah, I'm training at Team Quest shit. But I like it. I like it a lot better training out here because there's less distractions for sure. A lot of less distractions, man. And so all you can do is train. And what I like about the fighters also at Team Quest is that they're all like-minded, man. Their goal is to be a champion. So when you're surrounded by people that have that goal set, and you're also kind of shooting for it, it kind of elevates your game. So man, I've been loving it, dude. I got great teammates. The coaches here are fantastic, and I just like it, dude. This is my main focus again. I'm teaching part time, but just focusing completely on myself and developing my art.
While you were in Bangkok, it didn't seem like you had as many training partners and training partners that are your size. Do you have that more at Team Quest? It seems like the guys are much bigger and yeah, much
Yeah,
bigger, higher weight classes.
yeah. So yeah, exactly, dude. I mean, in Bangkok, I was always on the bigger side. So I ended up like it was just me at welterweight, and then the next dude was like a heavyweight, like Marcelo's motherfucking big ass, bro. And it's like fuck, bro. So it's nice, yeah, that I have a few welterweights here and a few middleweights and a couple middleweight guys here. So like, it's a nice change, dude, for sure. And you know what else I like is that I'm not the big fish in a small pond no more. When I step on the mats, there's 6 or 7 purple belts on there every day. All of these guys have at least 5 or 6 pro fights. They got a lot of experience behind them. So I'm getting tested, man, and shoot, dude, and I'm just having a blast, dude. It's just so much fun here.
Who are some of the main guys that you're working with closely there? You mentioned that you have welterweights and middleweights.
Yeah, Amr. Been training with him quite a bit. You know what I'm talking about? I'm terrible with last names right now. But him, my buddy Jack Ferguson, who's a little bit lighter weight, but the kid always wants to train. So that's why I love it. He's like, before training, after training, we're doing extra sparring, we're doing extra drill sessions, man, and it's just a good time, dude. And then for the jiu-jitsu wise, they have about 6 purple belts on the mat, 1 brown belt, and then they have 2 black belts here. So like dude, I feel like my jiu-jitsu's on fire as of late. You know, they just had a little in-house tournament here. Worked a few little things that I've been working on for the year. Hopefully I get to show them off in the cage, dude. So I'm excited about that.
The last time, we saw you was at the last FMD, I think a little bit less than a year ago. Now, talk about, I'm pretty sure, or I know that you've been trying to find a fight ever since. You know what I mean? Like, what has been going on in that time? Like, what is the struggle like for you to get a fight?
I'm not sure, man, if it's just I don't have maybe like an agent or a management team that can help me get into shows. As most of the time, I'm reaching out to myself, to promoters, as well as different agents and managers. But I mean, I don't know what else to tell people. It's just I'm building my following. I'm building a career. Like, all my fights are exciting, man. You know, if you tune in for it, it's going to be a good show. You know, I'm not one of these like lay and pray dudes, and I'm not boring. So I don't know, man. I just want an opportunity to show a bigger promotion that, hey, this is who I am, man. This is what I do. I bring it every time. Like you said, I'm influenced by guys like Diaz and Mostafa and these dudes that this is what we love to do, man. We were bred to fight. And I just want somebody to give me an opportunity where I can do that more than once a year,
Going back to the Diaz thing, I saw some stuff online about Thailand. They're like legalizing the medicinal marijuana. And
Yeah.
what is do you know about that? Or like what they're doing with that? Because it's kind of I don't know the full story of that.
From what I heard, they just distributed a bunch of CBD oil, or not CBD oil, but THC oil to a few hospitals based in Bangkok, and they're going to disperse that out to the first few patients. They're just trying to see and test the market to see what people are going to take and what they can't, and obviously the government's trying to find a way to tax it. So it's like they'll make a bunch of laws going forward with it, and then they'll take it back, dude. So at the end of the day, it's still illegal. From what I heard, it still might be illegal for the next 5 to 6 years, at least recreationally, until they can kind of figure out, okay, how do we want to disperse the money? How are we going to pay the farmers? How are we going to do all this? But they already have, from what I've heard, the government already has grow operations going on. They're doing all sorts of stuff now. But yeah, I mean, like I said, I think we talked about last time, if I think this would turn Thailand's economy around if they did legalize it for medical purposes, because then everybody in Asia would come there for what do they call, like medical tourism, They already do that already. But if you have the benefit of being able to do these alternative treatments for cancer, man, you make a killing, man.
Moving forward, man, with this fight, FMD 17, you said you're going to be the main event in Bangkok. You're taking on Mostafa Radi. Hopefully, I'm saying his name right. He's in Malaysia. He's from Monarchy MMA in KL. Like the article says that it's a grudge match. Do you look at it as a grudge match?
From a competitor standpoint, yes, because if you look at it as a team as a whole, yeah, they got one win on me. Yeah, I'm not fighting Medi, but I am fighting somebody that's representing the gym. So I don't want to be 0-2 with these guys, That's that's my idea. But yeah, man, I mean, if I can't fight Medi, I think he got signed to One Warrior Series, so we probably won't have a rematch for a while. This is the second best way to get some vengeance, man.
Now, for this upcoming fight, have you structured a camp for it? Have you prepared it, a certain way for it, or you just been in a full camp for like months and months and months? So this is just the result that's gonna happen when you get in the cage.
This is just the result, dude. I think like the last time we spoke, and this is what I do every day, So I've tried to structure my day to day where I'm always training, I'm always progressing. Once the camp officially picked up, the only thing I did was increase my strength and conditioning, just trying to build up my wind. But technique wise, I'm still doing just as much as I was doing before I knew I had a fight, But it's every day, man. And I'm excited, bro. Like, jiu-jitsu wise, I feel if we end up on the ground, you're going to see some stuff and you're going to be like, wow, dude, that was amazing. I always try and pride myself when we're doing groundwork that it's sensational. You know, so I'm excited. Hopefully, I put on a good show for these guys, man. You know, and show what I've done in another year. You know, I feel like I'm twice the guy I was then.
You know, this guy, he doesn't really have like a lot of experience, right? But he's taking this fight against you. So do you look at that as kind of like him underestimating you? You know, because you do have a lot of experience in that cage, man. You have all your fights in the FMD cage, and that's a different type of arena right there. That's not
Hey,
just a
bro.
regular like you go out and fight in some gym.
Hey, man, and that's what people got to understand too. Like FMD isn't UFC. It isn't one, dude. I mean, look it. They got 12-6 elbows allowed, right? Knees to the head to a grounded opponent allowed. Soccer kicks, man, and the cage is small, so it presses the action. So if you're not you're used to that fast pace, bro, I'm gonna freaking wear you out, you know. And knowing that all these freaking different attacks can come at you, you know, it's I think it's by far the most intense style I've ever fought in, man. You know, but it's exciting, dude. It's, you know, shoot, and you can suplex, right? Some organizations you can't even do that, man.
You could do everything, man.
Yeah, so I think that alone. I mean, obviously, I know. I think they feel like they kind of have a one up because they beat me and in that rule set already. So they probably think they have a game plan. But bro, that was almost 2 years ago, man. I'm not even the same dude at all, you know. And having the experience, having a loss behind my record, and being able to show that I can come back from it, dude. You know, that just fuels me more. And if he underestimates me, that's gonna be his problem, man, because he's gonna be in a lot of pain, bro. I know all my fights when I win have not yet to make it out of the first round, you know. But I mean, if the guys that want to still keep like pressing and chit chatting online, dude, you know, I'll stretch that bitch out and I'll make it painful for you. You know, you always remember me. I'm gonna make that guy famous, dude. I made the last dude famous for beating me, so I'm gonna make him famous again.
So do you see this fight more going to the ground compared to like you maybe getting a knockout, or do you just see, you don't see it that way? You don't envision it that way?
Bro, I think there's so many ways I can finish this fight, dude. I mean, look at the last fight. I mean, I don't know. I know FMD doesn't count stats, but if we probably counted stats of how many shots I had landed on Gray Wall, bro, you know, I was on fire on the feet, you know, and coming up here and training at my old gym and training with my old training partners here, I picked up some new Muay Thai stuff, and you know what, man, I think I could finish him anywhere. Honestly, hopefully, I'm envisioning like maybe like some Jorge Masvidal stuff, dude. I think he'll shoot in, clip him with the knee coming in, man. But if we get to the ground, bro, you got to watch your legs, you got to watch your arms, you got to watch your neck, because I'm gonna snatch you up real quick, you know. Like the way I'm training jujitsu is all for sub only, man. My idea is if I can't sub you in 2 or 3 minutes, I just give up and retry again from the beginning. So, fuck, man, it's gonna be a good show, bro. You know it. Look at 5-second knockout. Just what, 3 first round finishes, dude. You know it's gonna be a good one. I'm gonna bring it to that guy.
What's the plan like after this? You know what I mean? Like, do you have some things going on, or are you
Yeah,
just waiting for things to work out?
obviously, once I take this fight, and if I win, you know, I'll have a title with that name. I'll be 5-1. You know, I'll be at that cusp where I know. Also, that's why I think it's difficult for me to get fights, because like being 4-1, it's like people will look at me and say, okay, well, he's obviously decent, but I don't want to lose to a guy that kind of has like a lower record. So they, you know, people I think are a little less inclined to take that chance. But if I have a more built up record and have a title behind it, I feel like that would make me more desirable to bigger promotions. But after this, man, like I decided more that I would like to take like a Will Choke route, you know, and just kind of take whatever's given, because MMA as itself is just fucking slow, bro. No matter where you're at, you know, it's slow. So, but instead of doing more like Muay Thai, I would like to be competing more in like jiu-jitsu tournaments, you know. I don't know if you noticed, but like the scene's starting to blow up everywhere, man. Everywhere in Asia. And now people are paying cash money if you win tournaments, you know. The last Siam Sub Series I went to, if you won absolute and you won your division, you could walk away with 30,000 baht. That's $1,000 right in your pocket for a jiu-jitsu tournament. It's unheard of, bro. So I was staying active on the jiu-jitsu scene, and then, man, I've been campaigning to bring bare-knuckle boxing to Thailand. Like, I want to be one of the first guys to do a bare-knuckle boxing fight. You know, I mean, everybody thinks I'm crazy, bro, but that's why I got into this sport, man. I wanted to do stuff that nobody was doing, you know, like fighting the FMD style rules. You know, I know when I explain this to UFC fighters, they get nervous about that idea, man. And that's what I want my fight career to be defined as. I was the dude who is willing to do the things nobody else is willing to do, you know? And I don't know, man. Have you been following up on this BK boxing, dude? I love this shit, dude.
Yeah, I watched some of it.
Dude, I like, and then looking at the rule set, because I am an MMA guy, like you can kind of you can wrestle in there a little bit. You can kind of clinch up and wrestle, and a lot of my striking is based off of dirty boxing. So I think I can mess some dudes up, you know? And it'd just be cool to say I did it, man.
Well, you know, like if like you just said, man, the MMA route is in some ways it's a waiting game, and you know, in many locations around the world, and like you said, taking that route, man, of just taking any fight, man, like any discipline, because you are a mixed martial artist.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, this is my 12th year training, man. I started when I was 16, so it's like I feel I've gotten competent enough in all aspects of my game, not just the ground, not just wrestling, not just Muay Thai, but boxing as well. That you know what, I could probably go fight another low level dude and hang. You know, I've kind of gotten to that confidence in my game. You know.
Yeah, only way to find out is to do it, man.
Yeah, dude. You know, like hopefully, I don't know if I'm supposed to be saying stuff, but hopefully John is trying to bring that BKB here by the end of the year. You know, so and I want to be one of the first people who want to make history, dude. Be one of the first guys in Thailand to be sanctioned in bare knuckle boxing. Why not? You know, be sick.
Yeah, man. Well, before all that happens, man, August 31st,
August
Full Metal
31st, dude.
Dojo
Full Metal
17.
Dojo, Fury Soy, freaking on Soy 11. District Nana, be there, man. It's the greatest party / MMA show in the world, man. You, like I said, the craziest rule set, soccer kicks allowed, knees to a grounded opponent, freaking 12-6 elbows, dude. And it's a crazy freaking show. John Nutt is by far one of the his name is what he is. He's freaking nuts out there, dude. But he gets you excited about the fights, you know. So look for it on Facebook. Look for it on freaking IG, man, and just check it out, dude, because I'm gonna bring it. I'm the main, you know, I'm the headline card. I have the highlights in FMD. You guys are gonna love this show. All right.
No doubt, man. Well, I appreciate the time, Javier, and of course, you know, you're always welcome on the show. And
Hell yeah, man.
have fun, man.
I will, dude. I will.